here to say, pop culture fun in every way. Music, TV, movies, oh so bright. Join us for a blast tonight. Sister and brother rocking the flow, sharing all the things you need to know. Kathy and Kenny always in the mix. Pop culture fun face to face. Pop Culture Kids podcast crew. Tune in and let the topics move. Kathy and Kenny make it fun. Pop culture talk for everyone. It's for everyone. I brought some for everyone. Pop Culture Kids podcast crew. Tune in and let the topics move. Kathy and Kenny make it fun. Pop culture talk for everyone.
It's Saturday night
Time for your weekly dose of pop culture.
with Kathy and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. It is Sunday night. Kathy and Kenny here with you, Pop Culture Kids, for the podcast. It is another Sunday night as we talk all things pop culture from the north, from the south, me from North Carolina, Kenny from South Jersey. How are you, my brother from the same mother?
I am doing just fine. I'm just fine and dandy.
I'm fine and dandy. Uh-oh, my head
Fine and dandy.
falling out. I was
You
trying to
know.
use my hair to cover them up, but they're falling out.
Oh wow.
My in-ear monitors here, because, all right, let's let the hair cover it up. Let me beautify. All right, there you go. You'd never know. Well, okay, maybe now you know. If you know,
Now,
you know.
cousin
Oh,
Lisa in the room. Hey, cousin.
oh, hey, let's get that coming up. Hello, good evening, fam. Good evening, cousin. Cousin Lisa joining us on the podcast. We broadcast this podcast live on YouTube and Facebook. And I don't know whether I got all the ingredients right to go on Instagram, because sometimes Instagram works for me, sometimes it don't. I don't know. I think it is on Instagram, but I don't know whether the framing is going to match up because I didn't make special arrangements. But anyways, uh, we broadcast, and we also can be found on Who's Got Next Radio. You know, I might have to get my big headphones because these keep slipping out my ears. My ears are so funky. That's why I can't even do those like wireless earbuds. It's just a shame.
It is. That sounds a shame.
I mean, I can do. You know what? Actually, the best pair of wireless earbuds. They don't sound the greatest, but they were a $10 pair of Walmart, like I don't know, Black Friday wireless earbuds that I got that have been the best. They work the best, better than any others. But that's neither here nor there. All right, let's start where we usually start, which is with pop culture news.
All right. Let's start with some pop culture news. We got a couple of deaths this week in pop culture news, and first one, the notable one, is Gina Rowlands from The Notebook,
The Notebook.
and Gloria. Wasn't she in Gloria?
Gloria. She was Gloria. Gina
Okay.
Rowland
Gina
is
Rowlands. She passed away at
badass.
94
You know
years
what?
old.
And again, I know you haven't seen it, and you probably won't see it because it's a chick flick. But one of the movies she did that was one of my favorites is called Hope Floats where she plays Sandra Bullock's mother. She has some of the best lines in that movie.
Absolutely right. It is a chick flick,
It,
and you
it
are absolutely right. No, I did not see that.
it's definitely a chick flick. It is very good. You know who directed it?
Who? City
Forrest
Marshall?
Whitaker.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker. Really?
Yeah, and it's a really good movie, and Harry Connick Jr. is in it, and again, not the world's greatest actor, but hey, I think he does a fine job in that movie. Hope Floats. I put it on my high recommend list. In any case, but she's phenomenal in it. She was in another movie called gosh, I don't know. She played like a grandmother in that movie too with Mimi Rogers. I'd have to look it up, and I don't have. I should bring my iPad in here so that I can look up things because
Yeah, that's why I have my
my
computer
screen, I
next
got
to me.
Ecamm, I got the slideshow,
Yeah.
and
I,
it's like a
well,
lot.
I have my MacBook and my uh, HP computer and my telephone. So I
See,
have all.
Lisa knows what I'm talking about, the Notebook. And I didn't even think I was going to like the Notebook. I really enjoyed the Notebook, and I hated myself that I enjoyed it so much. Oh,
I'm
and you know
still
what
not.
movie she was really great in? Not maybe not. It wasn't her best performance because she was only a supporting actor, but her and Sean Connery were excellent in the movie called Playing by Heart. And again, it was a small movie, and I think this director, he wrote it and directed it. I haven't seen him direct anything else. I guess because the movie wasn't a big commercial success, but it was a great little movie, and it's called Playing by Heart. So that's one you
Okay.
have to check out. Definitely have to check out.
Next on our news is there are going to be several people charged in the death of Matthew Perry. One being the could have been Queen,
Oh, yeah,
could have been Queen,
ketamine
could
queen.
have been Queen. Yes. So, and I think another person is being Matthew Perry's assistant.
Ah, it,
So there's like four people. There's like five people I think so far uh, linked to his death
oh wow.
of
And again,
Matthew Perry.
it's one of those things like with Michael Jackson. If you have all this money and all this, celebrity, and people will do things that are not ethical and not right. And I thought his whole thing was that he was drug free or that he, was
Yeah.
had cleaned up
Well,
himself.
when you have someone who's addicted in that way, sometimes it's hard to get cleaned up. And we had a story also where celebrity gets you nowhere. But before we get to that, Peter Marshall, the game show host, has passed away last week at 98. Now, I thought he was already dead.
That's horrible. Oh man, that's
But it
horrible.
was so somebody we did a month or so ago where we said, you know what, he was still alive. Like, yeah, Peter Marshall was another person where they said, yeah, Peter Marshall died at 98. I'm like, again, like I
He is not well, he just died. So, but
just
notice
passed away.
on these people because Gina Rollins was 94 and
Yes,
Peter Marshall 98. So,
and Mel
live
Gibson
long.
is still somebody check on Mel Brooks rather. Somebody
Well,
check on Mel Brooks.
I was gonna say Mel Gibson. What?
Not Mel Gibson, Mel Brooks. Somebody check on Mel. Well, Mel Gibson get kind of old too, but somebody check on Mel Brooks.
Somebody.
Um, our next story is where celebrity gets you nowhere. Sandra Denton, as we all know as Pepper from Salt and Pepper, was kicked off her Southwestern Airlines last month,
Ouch.
and she plans on suing, I believe. But here's the thing:
Why did she get kicked off?
because she bought two tickets
Okay.
because she was in an accident in 2018. She has a bad leg, and she wears a brace on her leg sometimes. So she got two seats for her leg, and she got disabled seats.
Okay.
And because she didn't have her brace on at the time, um, they the airline craft were giving a big to do about it because she didn't have her brace on at the time. But she showed two disabled tickets.
Hmm.
So anyway, they gave her seat
You
to
need a
somebody
proof
else.
that she was
They
disabled.
tried, they tried to move her somewhere else, but they couldn't move her to the seat they wanted to, which was an emergency seat because she was disabled. So she couldn't. If something happened, she wouldn't totally be able to help people. And bottom line is, things were happening. She got on the phone and called her assistant. And because she was talking to her assistant, they thought she was filming. And the crew said that they felt unsafe with her in the plane.
What? Okay.
It made no sense whatsoever. But you would have to see the live. I saw the live on TikTok, and I believe it's on all social media. The live is with her, and they really didn't have a good excuse for kicking her off the plane.
Wow.
They just said
Especially if she paid
that
2 tickets.
she paid for two tickets, and I kind of think, regardless of who she was, but I kind of think they probably didn't know who she was.
No, no doubt. But even still, if you
Even still,
tickets.
you
Oh,
know,
I didn't hear about this one. Lisa's letting us know that Wally Amos, famous Amos Cookies, passed away at
yeah, I
88.
did hear about this one. I forgot this one. Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Wally he passed away at 88
Wow.
last week. So yeah. But yeah, so she asked them what was the reason. The only reason they said was that the crew felt unsafe because she was filming. And she said, I wasn't filming, I was talking to my assistant who told me to start filming because of what you guys were doing. And I didn't start filming. I was talking. She goes, I didn't start filming until you actually kicked me off the plane. So they gave her money back, except for she's still out of $800 because she had to pay $300 extra for the wheelchair and $500 extra to get the help to get in the plane. But other than that, she is, she's supposed to be soon. Next, we have Drake Bell. Drake Bell, as we all know, was in that documentary about Nickelodeon who said he was molested.
Hmm.
Drake Bell also was
And it
accused
wasn't.
of.
It wasn't that he said and made a claim. It was actually there was a court case,
Yeah,
and
that was cool. I'm
the
saying
name
that.
was removed, but he was part of the court case, and the guy was found guilty. So I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
happened. I
yeah.
believe.
But it actually happened to him.
Hmm.
But he also got in some legal trouble for talking to a teenage girl.
Okay.
So I guess now he's trying to turn his career back around, and he is pushing Josh Peck for his on-screen brother for a reunion of Drake and Josh. So
Okay.
he wants to come out with a bang, and he wants to come back with Jason Jock. He thinks a reunion will get his career back on track. Josh Peck has been in some things recently, so
Hmm.
I don't know if Josh Peck really needs it as much as Drake Bell does. Probably, I'm sure they got that residual money, but who knows what Nickelodeon? Some of these child stars don't have residual money either, so who knows?
All right. Next
We were
in.
talking about the Emmys a few weeks ago. The father son duo Eugene and Dan Levy are announced as hosts of the 76 Emmy Awards. And I don't like award shows.
Hmm.
I might want to watch it just for them because they are funny.
Okay.
And
See,
if anybody's ever never seen Schitt's Creek, I suggest you binge Schitt's Creek.
oh, you know what? Because we were supposed to do. We keep putting off the House of Dragons show because I tried to watch it and it's just not working for me. And I couldn't even ask Steve Hey Archer because he's been on vacation on his honeymoon or whatever. So, but we might have to do a Schitt's Creek show if I could stream it. I've never watched this show, but I hear
You,
like I
oh
know
my
it's
God,
kind of big
Schitt's
and
Creek
people think
is
it's funny.
hilarious.
Okay.
Schitt's Creek is hilarious.
All right.
I would watch it again if we did a show on Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek is hilarious.
Okay.
Um, Last, I put this on here. Halle Berry is now promoting a new movie that she has with Mark Wahlberg, and I believe it's on Netflix or Prime or one of those. But in any event, I guess she was on a talk show and she was talking about Catwoman from 2004 and how she would do it again if she could direct it. Um, she was saying that, she knows the movie got panned a lot and she doesn't understand why it got panned. And the only reason I brought the story in is because this is something I want to explain to people about superhero movies. You can't just throw on a costume and do a superhero movie.
Hold on for a second because I feel a soapbox moment coming.
Okay, you can't just throw on a costume and do a superhero movie without doing research. See Ryan Reynolds. Okay? Ryan Reynolds did research for those roles. He did research with Deadpool. Some of those Marvel actors, they did research. If you don't do research, okay, the reason that movie failed is she thinks that it's got a new audience of younger people who love the movie. No, they just don't know any better because they haven't read the source material. Catwoman doesn't have whatever they did with Catwoman was, I tried to watch it and I couldn't get through it and I forgot all about it. I had to wipe it out of my memory. I think I had to have shock therapy to wipe it out of my memory. That's how bad it was.
So wait a minute. Are you saying Ryan Reynolds did research for Green Lantern? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead on your rant.
There's no respect. This is no respect. Look, you can't just put on a Catwoman costume and call yourself Catwoman, especially when you got the powers wrong, you got the backstory wrong, you got everything wrong about it. It was Holly. It was not a good movie. It sucked. That's why you got a Razzie for it. It sucked. Everything. And the thing was, she said it sucked balls. And she said, well, balls aren't that bad. Well, you know what? Keep your dirty mind somewhere else, but keep them out of my comic book characters on screen.
How about you tell us how you really feel?
No, I just don't. Look, don't say something, That's like if Shaquille O'Neal said, you know what? I did a really good rendition of Steel. You didn't, man. You didn't. It stunk. It stunk. Still doesn't ride a motorcycle from a junkyard. I don't know where you got that from. What book did you read? Okay, let's just go on with the rest of it.
Okay, can we go on? You seem very animated.
I'm very, I'm just done with it. I'm done with it.
Okay.
Okay, so tonight, after the Olympic fiasco, because there was some good dancers
Well,
at the Olympics.
aren't they removing breakdancing from the Olympics now?
Yeah, that Australian trick messed it up that much that they are removing breakdancing. That's how bad she was. And it come to find out too that her husband was her coach and one of the judges that got her there.
Mhm.
And he did a lot of things wrong in Australia to get that position that she didn't deserve and shouldn't have got. She made it so some younger kids who were more qualified to represent Australia were knocked out because of her privilege and her appropriation. So she did a really bad thing for the world. Not just for breakdancing, for the world.
Just for
Because you
breakdancing.
took something out, it didn't have to be
It's a
taken
bad
out.
thing for
You
everybody.
didn't have to do that. I don't know what you were doing, the little hopping around. But we're going to talk about real breakdancing, a real
Keep
breakdancing movie,
breakdancing.
and a real breakdancing history and things like that. And that's what we're going to
What
talk
is
about.
the real history?
Oh, right. Well, the real history of breakdancing.
Is
It's
it
funny
East?
you should ask.
Okay, it's funny I should ask
It's
because
funny you
it.
should ask.
But that was an East Coast thing, right? Before it was
Yeah.
West.
Okay.
It was more East.
Breakdancing.
Okay.
Okay. So breakdancing was started in the 70s. Now that's kind of a loose thing to say. The term breakdancing came in the 70s, and breakdancing was called b-boying or b-girling, depending on whether you're a boy or girl doing it. You know, there are four kind of movements in breakdancing: top rock, down rock, power moves, and freezes. And you know, a lot of breakdancing that was started in the 70s is actually a lot of dance moves that might have started as early as 1900 within like the black community, within black dancing. And a lot of the breakdancing came in 73 when Cool Herc was DJing, and then you had the B-Boys come out and
Right, because
breakdance.
last year we celebrated what the 50th anniversary of
Yes,
like hip hop and
yes,
breakdancing as we know it, not as it was butchered at the Olympics, was kind of the offshoot of breakdance of
yes.
that musical form where at one point, and I think I would probably mark New York as the birthplace because I
The
remember
break,
back in the day when you had all you really needed, you know, you'd have a piece of cardboard so that you could spin around and do some of your moves and yeah, but
yes.
it had a big moment in the 80s. But I noticed on the list, because we were going to talk about some of the music as well as some of the movies. And I can't believe one of the movies you left off the list. I threw it on, but
I know. You know why I didn't? You know why I did not put it on the list?
why?
Because it wasn't a breakdancing movie.
But it was part of that
No,
hip
no,
culture.
Kathy. This
Okay.
is not breakdancing. That is a rap movie that you put on. That's a rap movie,
But,
not a breakdancing movie.
but,
There's a difference. Separate the two. I
okay.
know you put it on there, and we'll say something about it.
All
But
right.
at what point did you see anybody breakdance in that movie?
I haven't seen it in like 40 years,
Yeah,
but
you
I
know
went
why?
back
You know
and
why you
watched
can't
it.
say it? Because there was no point of anybody breakdancing. It was all rappers.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I
All right.
picked out movies where you actually see dancing being
I'm
done.
sorry, I overstepped my bounds. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
do the
did. You did.
visuals,
You did.
you do the
A little
list.
bit. Yeah. You went by some YouTuber who doesn't know what they're talking about.
No,
And the
it
thing, and
was
here's the thing.
no YouTuber. It was my own personal experience because I remember watching that movie in the theater around that
Yeah,
time in the
yeah,
80s. And
yeah.
I
But you
was,
didn't see the break dancing in it.
but see, I was more thinking
You saw the
breakdance
Beastie Boys. You saw
culture.
LL Cool J. You saw the Fat Boys.
Exactly.
You didn't see the break dancing.
Uh,
You
uh,
saw
uh,
Curtis
uh,
Blow. You saw
uh.
Run DMC. You didn't see no break dancing.
Oh, okay. Well, when we
You
get
saw
to
Sheila E.
when we get to that movie, we'll let the audience decide.
Okay. All right.
And if you're watching
So,
us later or on the replay, leave it in the comments. Let us know whether the movie that I added to the list you would consider in this category as we talk about. And again, I thought of it more as breakdance culture because you had music and then you had movies. But my question to you was going to be why did you pick the songs that you picked? Were
okay.
they from soundtracks from these movies, or because I think some of the songs kept coming up in one of the soundtracks?
Yeah. Now, some of more soundtracks, but I want to go on one more thing about the history. It can be traced back to African American dances, uh, jazz dancing, which appeared in 1917 and established in the 20s. And like, if you go online, you can see a lot of the old time jazz dancers and Charleston dancers and a lot of people doing different stunts while they're dancing, and a lot of them are ground stunts and things like that. And that's one of the originators of breakdancing from even the 20s and the 30s and the 40s of people dancing. I mean, you have people doing full moves like the Nicholas brothers when they did the splits and going up and down and everything. And splits are used in breakdancing. So a lot of breakdancing, the actual term of breakdancing came into fruition in the 70s, but the movements were always there without a name, and that's where you get breakdancing from. So that being said, we're going to go on to our list, and we're going to start with our songs,
Okay.
uh, breakdancing songs. Now, I picked these songs because a lot of these songs are songs that people will breakdance to. And I got my list from various sources, and I got my list from somebody who grew up in the 70s and 80s and saw these things happening.
Who's that?
Me!
Oh, okay. No, you said it like you were sourcing it from somebody else. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You grew up in the 70s and 80s.
Yes, as me, growing up in the 70s and 80s and saw some of these things happening. So the message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, well, Grandmaster Flash really,
Makes me wonder. I'm going
message.
under. That
So
was the
yeah,
jam.
that was a song you could break dance to, and pop lock, do the rock, pop,
Oh wait,
and then you
there was nothing in. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I read the show notes, and there was nothing saying that you were going to try to dance and move and pop and lock. What's that about? What's going on there?
all right, as we get through this list and as we go to the movies, I was a very good in the late 80s and 90s. I was a very good club dancer, and a lot of times, although I didn't break dance a lot and I didn't have a lot of floor moves, when they had the big circles that you see in the movies and there's guys in the middle battling in circles, I was one of those guys, and I never lost a battle. So
Right.
don't come at me with this. I was one of those guys in the circle. I have witnesses that can attest to it. I've never lost a battle, and hey, it is what it is. So going on with my list, Miss Disrespect. Um, Next we have the breaks by Curtis Blow. These are the breaks, and that had that breaks. They go break dancing, the breaks, and that was a
The
good one that
breaks.
kids break dance to.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. You definitely break it up, break it up, break it up, break.
Break. How long is the break? Breaks is like a 12-minute song.
Well, that's back when you had 12 inches and you had a good long song. You know, and I don't know. I think there's a Sirius XM channel called The Groove, and they tend to play the 12-inch or the longer versions, but they don't do a lot
Nice.
of rap. They have another channel for rap. And in fact, they have like 5 or 6 channels for rap, and one focuses on like that early, the early stuff from the late 70s, early 80s, including Curtis Blow.
Well, I mean, and one of the main sources of breakdance music is, and we're going to come to the song Africa Bombada. And a lot of those African rhythms of the drums made it easy for you to pop, lock, and breakdance and different things. The
Mm.
next song we have is One for the Treble.
One for the treble. JD DMX. I didn't see. I didn't even know. Like I know the song, but I didn't know who sang it. I
Yeah,
had no clue.
yeah.
My
One for the
memory doesn't.
Treble, and you see the guys breakdancing there. Next thing we have is West Street Mafia with Breakdance.
I don't even know how this goes. Like I
I,
started,
I kind of I kind of remember how this goes. Some of the stuff is coming back to me. Um,
but I thought it was kind of cool because it was Sugar Hill Records, and that was
yeah,
Sylvia Robinson, and again, a lot of those songs that we know from that era came out of that Sugar Hill Records.
yes, yes. One of my favorites is next. Play at your own risk. I used to love when this came on in the club. I was on the floor. Play at your own risk. Play at
Are you,
your
are you
own
doing
risk.
more of that pop and locking? What are you doing? That's not even break.
I'll do anything on a dare.
You're too old for that. That's just so sad.
Look, man,
What are you
I'm in my
doing?
schedule
Are,
now. You don't
are,
see the
are you
full
having a
effect.
seizure?
No. Okay, you know what? Anyway, next on our list is a very popular breakdance song because it was in the movie Breaking, and Ain't No Stopping Us. Out in the streets.
And I know you put the artist, and here was my question because you put the artist as Ollie and I forgot what the artists were. Ollie and
Holly and Jerry. That's not who it is?
I thought it was but no, I think there is a version
That's
that was
right.
Ollie and Jerry, but I know the McFadden and Whitehead version.
Oh, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe this is McFadden and Whitehead.
Well, no, there but no, you're right. Ollie and Jerry did like and maybe that's the one that's used in the movie. I don't know. See, we
McFadden
need
and Whitehead did another
because Ed does
song.
the good fact checking. Cause but I know because I remember because I think they were from Philly actually, McFadden and Whitehead.
Yeah, McFadden and Whitehead were from Philly.
Because at one point when the Eagles were heading towards the Super Bowl, they were using that song as their like
Well,
um
wait a minute. It's all right. Well,
didn't the Eagles do a version of that song or
I
something?
did might
I
have
don't know.
been.
I could
It might have
like again, Ollie and Jerry might have did a remake of it. I don't know.
I,
Who's
I think we're thinking of the wrong song. I gotta look that up. Next we have the classic Planet Rock. I'm gonna tell you something. Not only was it used for breakdancing, but back in the day, it wasn't a party unless you played Planet Rock. It was not a party unless you played. And you know what? Now that I mention it, I'm saying this because as a teenager, my first basement party, Lisa took me to. My cousin Lisa took me to a basement party in West Philly. Remember that, Lisa? My first basement party in West Philly as a teenager, Lisa took me to. I was like 16, 17, and I was living in Jersey and a sheltered life in Jersey. And she took me to a West Philly basement party. And we was killing it. It was all right. It was what it was. But Planet Rock ain't a party like a Planet Rock party. And I don't know if you remember, we actually saw Africa Bumbata and Soul Sonic Force with Cameo at the Carowinds when we were kids. Remember?
I don't remember. I'm
It was
sorry.
Cameo and Africa Bumbata and Soul Sonic Force.
It
And
sounds
Africa Bumbata,
familiar, but eh,
yeah, it was at Carowinds.
yeah,
And
I'm less
and
than
and
30, I'm less than 30 days away from turning 60. My mind is turning to mush.
oh well, anyway, but
Oh
we
yeah.
oh yeah,
Holla for that
$4.
dollar.
And we was Africa, and for some reason Soul Sonic Force, their equipment wouldn't work. Africa Mumbata and Soul Sonic Force, the equipment wouldn't work right, and they said, and they were trying to start the show, and we cheered because they said if this don't work right, they cussed a lot. If this don't work right, we're gonna throw this out in the audience. And everybody was cheering, like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, they're about to throw equipment at us. Like
Where was this again? Because this
heroin
Ca- at Carowinds. Oh,
at
here in
Carowinds.
North Carolina?
Yeah. It's me, you, Andre, Wanda K, Lyndon.
Was that when the car got
No,
stuck?
that wasn't when the car broke down.
Okay, because I don't think we wound up anywhere that particular night.
No, that wasn't when the car broke down.
I remember this trip to Carowinds. I forgot about that. Okay, all right.
No. When the car broke down, we were coming back from the club that we weren't supposed to be at.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We were coming back from the club we weren't supposed to be at. That's how he got caught.
Uh,
But
also,
anyway,
Kitty, I think you still owe some money because evidently Lisa paid for you to get in,
man,
and you ain't never paid it back.
it's $1 at least. I'm a Venmo you, okay? That's black folks for you, man. You can't just come at you 40 years later for $1. Anyway, Jam on it.
Jam on it. Bum, bum.
Jam on it by Nucleus
Nucleus.
was a
I
very
remember
popular
this
song
one now.
also that you would break dance to, and it had that beat that jam on it, boom, 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 boom,
You
boom,
know,
boom, boom, boom,
Kenny, 'cause
boom.
I only watched the memes afterwards because you were talking about it. But did they actually have hip hop music at the Olympics, or were they just doing random beats?
You know what? When I saw the Australian lady, I wouldn't even listen to the music. I was just watching what she was doing with my mouth open, going, "Huh? Yeah."
Oh, appropriation to the tenth
It's just
tenth
the most,
power.
the most, the most. So okay, so Jam on It is
Jam.
still a hit when you play it anywhere, just like Planet Rock is still a hit. This next one, the last song we're gonna put on this list, um, Herbie Hancock, an old jazz master who comes out with a hit in the 80s that everyone loved, and that was Rocket. And Rocket was something where, and I had this move back in my dancing days in the 80s
Oh gosh, not a
and early
big.
90s. I had this move that not everybody could do, where you could shake your whole body at once and do like little tricks as you shake your whole body at once. And I used to be able to do that move, and Rocket was a good song to do because you do the whole shaking, and I could be able to do that, and I come down and split and come back up. Anyway, Rocket.
Rocket. Oh, that's funny. That lady's dancing hurt my feelings.
Yeah, hurt everybody's feelings, Lise. Hurt everybody's feelings. So that was that, and I'm going to give it to you, Kathy, so you can give the little halftime speech.
Oh, okay. Let me take it from here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for Pop Culture Kids. We're here every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but the fun doesn't stop there. You can catch us at our website, www.kathyandkenny.com, where you can catch old episodes of the video podcast as well as here on YouTube. So if you are here on YouTube, please give us that thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the notification button. That way you'll know when we go live, which again, I'm telling you, Sunday nights, 8 Eastern Standard Time. And if that's not enough, you can hear Pop Culture Kids on your favorite podcast platform as well as for those in select cities, you can hear it on Who's Got Next Radio on Tuesday nights. But again, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being one of the Pop Culture Kids and supporting the show. I got through it.
Shameless plug. Also, what you can hear on Tuesday nights on Who Got Next Radio is Words Out Productions podcast, where I interview different artists. I think tomorrow would be, I don't know which one they're going to use. It should be Alice Stella, who I interviewed, who's a fantastic musician in the South Jersey area, and she does things that's just totally phenomenal. And since that interview, we've been talking about doing a collaboration. Tomorrow night, if you catch me on Instagram, doing my interview, I'm going to be interviewing comedian Eppolite LaBelle, who is hilarious and she's funny, and she's also going to be featured at my open mic in Turnersville, New Jersey on Thursday. So join me tomorrow night on Instagram at 8 o'clock and catch Words Out Productions podcast on Tuesday night. That comes, I think we come on either before or after Pop Culture Kids. So continue with our list. We're
Continue
gonna go on to
the list.
movies.
Now we shift over to the movies, which evidently I got wrong because
No, it's not your fault. But
make the
in
list,
any
and I went in and added to the list. And I guess I shouldn't I added to the list last week too because you didn't have Keanu on the list. And I mean, if we're gonna talk, celebrity crushes, I gotta have my Keanu
well, I didn't make you put Whoopi Goldberg on the list.
because that's not typical. Keanu is typical for a lot of people my age. I'm
Okay,
just
well, Lisa says that your hair and skin look absolutely gorgeous tonight.
Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, the hell with the way I look, but Kathy's hair is gorgeous.
And I'm going sans makeup because I just didn't have the
Yeah,
time. And it's
yeah,
Sunday night, and
yes.
basically I gotta go to bed after this because school started, and it's just
Yeah,
been a
I know.
week. In 22 years of public school education, and at least what the last 12 years as an administrator, I have never, and let me repeat this, I have never had to suspend the child on the first day.
Damn.
You know how many kids we suspended on first day?
How many?
Two. Two.
Wow,
I
that's rough.
sent two of them home. You got to go. Oh my
Rough.
gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
But
sorry. I
we're gonna
digress.
go back to our list, and we're gonna get to Stomp the Yard.
Stomp the yard.
2007 Yard. You see him doing that breakdancing move and he's standing on his head. That's a breakdancing move, Kathy.
Okay. So there's breakdancing in this movie.
Yeah. There's some floor moves, some breakdancing moves, some breakdancing inspired moves. Next we have Flashdance. And the one reason I put Flashdance, even though it's not totally breakdancing, is one of her inspirations in this movie was her watching a breakdancer in the street and her getting her, you know, kind of. So you
For,
saw this
for
breakdancer. Yes.
for I guess for the big audition for like the ballet company. So I actually, because we were talking breakdancing, I figured, well, wait, that's probably why he put Flashdance in it because it has that
Yeah.
breakdancing scene. And I tried
Yeah.
to find a clip of it with the guy breakdancing. I wasn't as successful with all the films, but at least with that one, I tried.
Next, we have 2004's You Got Served, which is another movie that kind of reminds me of my dancing days in the club. You Got Served,
I
because
don't
that's the way we
think I saw
used to
this
battle.
movie.
Huh?
Who was in it? I don't think I saw this movie.
Oh, you never see You Got Served?
I
Oh
don't
my God.
think so. I think
You have got to see You Got Served. It's well worth the watch.
because by
You got
then, I
Will
think,
Smith is in
yeah,
it. That kid you
there's a
see.
whole period, especially when I first came to North Carolina and I was transferring to educate, changing careers from corporate accounting to education, and I had to take a lot of courses and do a lot of coursework. So there is a chunk of time from like 2002 to 2000, probably 6 or 8, that I have a big, huge gap in my pop culture
Well,
knowledge.
close that gap and watch You Got Served. Next, we have Honey with Jessica Alba.
This is another one. I'm in the dark on half of these.
Well,
I
a lot of these don't have straight. A lot of these don't have straight breakdancing, but some of the moves in the movie are inspired by breakdancing and hip hop moves.
So, okay. So keep that in mind when we get to my pick.
Okay, all
So
right.
you don't keep
Next
beating.
we have, I'm gonna put all these together. The Step Up movies. You had Step Up in 2006. Step Up 2008.
Step ups were there.
The 2006, 2008, 2010, 2014, and the next last one was Step Up Revolution and Step Up All In, and you got like 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and then you had the TV show. Uh, I love the Step Up
TV
movies.
show?
I never watched. I think there was a TV show. I love the Step Up movies. I never watched the show. It was on cable, streamed on cable, or something like that. I never watched, but I love the Step Up movies. The Step Up movies were awesome. The first one with Channing Tatum, I could take it or leave it. But the other ones where they did a lot of battling back and forth, oh my God, it reminded me so much. I like the Step
I
Up
do
movies.
love me some Channing Tatum.
Well, Channing Tatum, whatever, he's an
Channing
alright dancer.
Tatum, nice to watch.
I'm hating. I'm hating. I'm hating. But the Step Up movies and You Got Served reminded me a lot of my youth and my younger days clubbing because there's a lot of battling back and forth and people being the best. And, I was the best. Next, we have Kathy's pick, Crush Groove.
I thought we had Beach Street. I'm sorry, I got the wrong.
Yeah, we had Crush Groove. You put Crush Groove before Beat Street. We get to Beat Street, but Crush Groove was
Okay,
first.
I'm sorry. Then I
Crush Groove.
All right.
And you see in this picture Kathy has, you see the Fat Boys, you see Sheila E., you see Run DMC, you see Curtis Blow, LL Cool J is in this, the Beastie Boys is in this. You don't see nearly one dancer in this movie.
I'm gonna go watch Crush Groove when we're done, and I
Don't
hope
watch
you're
this movie.
dancing. I'm gonna go
No,
watch
you're not
Crush
gonna see any
Groove
dancing
when
in
we
this
get
movie.
through with this.
Only,
I'm gonna
only
watch
dance
Crush
you're gonna see
Groove.
is them dancing around trying to rap while they're dancing. That's the only dance you're gonna see in this movie. Next, but some of the music doesn't. It's more rap, and it doesn't really. Not all rap. Like a lot of the songs that we had as music were more instrumental and more played on the beat. Rap is more about the song itself, and so
I
next we have Beat Street.
some breakdancing in Crush Groove. I'm gonna prove you wong. I'm gonna watch it,
Mm,
and I'm gonna
Good
bring
job.
it up next week. I'm just saying.
Good luck. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Next we have Beat Street, one of the first movies that come out that features the culture and some breakdancing in it. And also it's when everybody fell in love with Ray Dong Chong.
Oh, Ray Dong Chong, yeah.
Ray Dong Chong was in that. So, you know, uh, yeah, LL did a little dancing in that Lisa, but not break dancing. He was just rocking back and forth, yelling at the screen to yell his rap out. Next we have the two.
Why are you just hating on my pick? That's all you're doing.
I'm just hating on your pick. I'm hating on your pick. I'm gonna put these last two movies together. That came out in '84. We have Breaking and Breaking Two, Electric Boogaloo. Breaking Two, Electric Boogaloo. Look at those clothes and Breaking. Look at those hairstyles and those clothes. That was '84.
That was 1984.
That
Oh,
was
blue
1984.
pants like the
And yeah,
DJ
and
Hammer.
they look like they just walked out of a Michael Jackson "Beat It" video. I'm just saying they on the radio you can't see this, but if you see the picture she's putting up, you gotta watch the YouTube. They look like they walked out of a 1984 "Beat It" video. But yeah,
Look
Breaking told a love
crap, I
story.
remember that.
Breaking told kind of like a love story inadvertently because he liked her and he thought that she was seeing the guy from Grease too, and she wasn't. And it was just a whole back and forth thing. And what happened is Shabadoo and Ozone were like the best dancers in the neighborhood in LA, and they were the best break dancers. And then these guys came up, and I guess they couldn't beat them without a stick. And their stick, the guys that beat them, came up with a girl, and they put this girl in, and this girl got in their face and started, and then she got
He's
in their
got
face.
leg warmers.
Yeah, with leg warmers, and she won the battle because they had a girl, and then so they went out and got their own girl, and they brought her in there, and then she shocked them, and then she got in their face, and that was breaking, and ain't no stopping us came from that, and also. Another song, I didn't put it on the list. It was on the list because it was in the movie, but you really can't break dance to it that much. You could dance to it, but not really. But the Shaka Khan hit, "Ain't Nobody."
Oh, I feel for you.
No, ain't
Shakana,
nobody.
ain't nobody.
Ain't
Really?
nobody. Yeah, I feel for you came out later,
Okay.
but I feel for you wasn't in the movie. Ain't nobody was the one in the movie. Ain't nobody
Hmm.
love me better.
Okay. All right. With the singing, thank you.
So that is our history of breakdancing. Um,
Breakdance,
you know,
pop
break,
dancing, and music and movies as we break it.
yes, and that is all about
For kids
breakdancing,
joining
and
us
that's
tonight
what we learned.
to pick a topic. So, Kenny, enlighten us. What are we talking about next week? Since
I don't know.
neither one of us has watched Game of Thrones. Well,
No, neither one.
even though
Neither
and
one of us.
we try to get the thumbnail out to you by Wednesday or so, but again, like I said, first week of school, it's been crazy. It's been crazy busy. So we're gonna try to get it out early. But do know, I mean, every Sunday night, 8 p.m., we're here. And again, if you miss it, there's always the replay. We're replayable, no doubt.
Instant replay.
Just
Instant replay.
singing.
You don't remember that song? You don't
I
remember
do
this?
remember that song. I don't remember it sounding like that.
Wow.
Ouch.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of songs, how'd you like the new one?
I love the new song. I love that new song.
Kathy and Kitty here to say, pop culture fun in every way. Music, TV, movies, oh so bright.
I like the other song better.
Join us for a
Hey,
blast tonight.
I get put down.
Sister and brother
The
rocking the
other song
flow,
sounds more theme
sharing
song.
all the things you need to know. Kathy and Kitty always in the mix. Pop culture fun fix to fix. Pop Kulture Kids podcast crew. Tune in and let the
Oh, why are
topics
you doing that
move.
dance?
Kathy and Kitty
Here.
make it fun.
Anyway, so we will be back next Sunday night with a new pop culture topic and some news headlines. So as always, in parting, we wish you love, peace, and pop culture.
God bless your soul and keep living. Peace.
Kathy and Kitty here to say, pop culture fun in every way. Music, TV, movies.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.
Sister and brother rocking the flow, sharing all the things you need to know. Kathy and Kenny always in the mix. Pop culture fun fix to fix. Pop Kulture Kids podcast crew. Tune in and let the topics move. Kathy and Kenny